What up, guys? We're team back at it again. Let's go to this next episode. This is episode 2 of a 4-part series about Invincible characters that strikingly look like Marvel and DC characters. This episode is gonna dive deeper into those characters. There's characters that look exactly like the Marvel and DC counterparts, and we're just gonna talk about that. Let me know what you think about it after the video. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first character we're going to talk about is the Immortal. In my opinion, he's combined with two DC heroes or slash villain or whatever. So the hero, I'm going to say he's more like is Superman plus Vandal Savage. So as his name implies, he's immortal. He has Superman's powers. The Immortal has Superman's presence and Vandal Savage's backstory. He's led civilizations, fought in wars, and now punches through skulls like it's just another day. So he has the Superman powers minus the heat vision, and he can fly. He has the super strength, but he has Vandal Savage's powers where he can heal. He's been through time. They have flashbacks of him way back then, like the 1200s or whatever. So he's been on Earth for a long time. I don't remember if they showed exactly his whole backstory, but he's been on Earth for a long time, and he's immortal. He doesn't die. So there's an episode where he's killed in the first episode, and they grab his head and they put it back on his body, and he's revived. So he's literally invincible. That was super corny, but he literally can't die if his head attaches to his body. I guess the only way you can really kill him is to fucking knock his head off his body and then put him in the, like, burn his body, I guess, or make it in a way where his body, he can't attach his head to his body anymore. But definitely a clear ripoff of both of those characters, in my opinion. All right, the next character that I want to talk about is a clear ripoff of Multiple Man plus Mystique, in my opinion. It's going to be Dupli-Kate. Dupli-Kate is a clone person. She can clone herself, make multiple versions of herself, just like Multiple Man, but she has stealth and stuff like Mystique, and she can fight. So there's been several episodes where she makes like 20 clones of herself, and they're all getting destroyed. And several times I'm like, how the fuck is she, like, all these multiples of her dying and she's not dying? So what she does, she stores a version of herself away so that she can have a version of herself alive just in case every multiple dies in battle, which is smart. She's never gonna die per se unless they find that character in the episode or whatever, but I think that's a good idea. Like I said, there's an episode where every multiple was killed, and they had a funeral for her. They thought she was dead, and then a season later she comes back saying that she was never dead. She has a plan for if all her multiples die, there's a stored away version of herself where she's alive. So I love that aspect of her. And I like characters. The voice acting is good, and the character is a cool character. The way that they bring out all of them on the screen, and the way the bad guys just go destroy these people, and she keeps coming back is pretty cool. But definitely a ripoff of Multiple Man, in my opinion. All right, so the next character that I'm going to talk about is a mix between the Hawk and Beast Boy, in my opinion. Maybe not much Beast Boy, because Beast Boy can change into a lot of different characters. It's going to be Monster Girl. She transforms like Hulk, but every time she fights, she ages backwards. That's the power of Price. She gets younger every fight, which fucking sucks. So eventually she's going to die. But in the later episodes, they figured out a way that she wears a belt where she doesn't get any younger, which is cool. Her stats are strength, durability, and longevity. I like this character a little bit. I don't know if I like it that much because she's like 30 years old in real life, but she's a little girl. So the character is alright, I guess. That's all I'm going to say about Monster Girl. Not one of my favorite characters. She's alright though. So the next character that I'm going to talk about is definitely one of my favorite characters on the show. I love this character. I love the voice actor. The voice actor was also the voice of Jay Belzerian on Big Mouth. It's going to be, my comparison to him is he's Gambit. They have the same skill set and powers or whatever. So it's going to be Rex Splode. Definitely my favorite character on the whole show. He's just funny, and I hated that they killed him off. Rex can charge anything to explode. He's like Gambit, but with the emotional stability of a lit firecracker. Man, he's good. He's a good fucking character. He can do pretty much anything. He grabs objects all the time and just throws it. I guess he has those things in his pocket that he throws or whatever. So it's pretty much the same. It took me a while to figure out what he was doing at first, like the first couple episodes watching him. And then I realized he has the same ability as Gambit. He can charge objects and makes them explode, which I definitely like. Gambit's not one of my favorite X-Men, but I like Gambit. But Rex Splode is definitely my favorite character on this show. He's just... The voice actor is fantastic. And he's fun to look at. He's a fun character. He's always making jokes and he's never serious. Definitely one of my favorite characters. It sucked that they killed him off. They tried to kill him before and they brought him back, but the last time he killed him off, he's definitely not coming back. So RIP Rex, and one of my favorite characters overall in the whole show. Next character that's a clear ripoff. Well, not so clear, but close comparisons. Is going to be, I compared her Scarlet Witch and Jean Grey. It's going to be Adam Eve. Her power is molecular manipulation, pink aura, emotion-driven power. Like I said, she's like Scarlet Witch with the moral compass of Jean Grey before the Phoenix showed up. She's a very, very powerful character on the show, although I've seen her get beat up a lot. But she's real powerful. That would be my closest comparison to her, because she can manipulate objects and stuff like Scarlet Witch, and the mind shit like Jean Grey and shit like that. So definitely a close comparison. Might not be 100% on, but I'm going to leave it like that. She's Scarlet Witch without the chaos. Jean Grey, but a lot less trauma. She's not super emotional like Jean Grey in my opinion, but their powers are similar. So my last ripoff for this episode is a Blade ripoff. 100%. When I first saw him on the screen, I was like, how the fuck are they getting away with this? Like, really? The character is the Batman comparison, Darkwing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's the exact same character. Darkwing is Invincible's answer to Batman. The gadgets, the stealth, rooftop brooding, the whole package. But unlike Bruce Wayne, he doesn't survive past page 5. This motherfucker got fucking destroyed. If you really think about it, if this was real and not a comic book, Batman would die in 5 seconds. There's no way he could ever compete with anybody with powers. Even though the worst enemy with powers could defeat Batman. He is one of the most overpowered characters in comic book history in my opinion, for being a human. He's smart, he's skilled, he's just fucking human. He gets destroyed by Omni-Man like quick in this fucking it's just ridiculous.
Oh no.
But tell me, Batman wouldn't dodge at least once. Batman dodged the Omega Beam, so he would have lasted more than 10 seconds in a fight against Omni-Man, because they would have wrote him that way. But in this reality where Batman is really human and he's going against superhuman people, this is exactly what would happen. Batman wouldn't stand a chance against Omni-Man or anybody, in my opinion. He would just be destroyed. There would be no Batman. There would be no Gotham City Protector, because he would have been dead in the first episode. In Gotham, he'd be feared. In Invincible, he got clapped in 10 seconds flat. That's pretty much it. 6 characters, 6 obvious homages, but there's more where that came from. Episode 3 is next, and trust me, we're getting weird with it. That's gonna do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you guys for giving me a couple of minutes of your time. There's only 24 hours in the day, and you gave me a couple of minutes of yours, so thank you very much. Let me know in the comments what you think about the episode. My favorite character that they've truly ripped off was Darkwing. It's so obvious, and they didn't try to change anything about him except making the character black. Let me know in the comments what you think. Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite ripoff? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I'll get at y'all on the next one. Later.